2 games, 1 video. Let's get into it. Yotes win against the New Jersey Devils 4-1. Let's get into it. So we get into the first period. First thing that happens, basically in the first minute, it was at the end of the first minute. Lazar goes down, he blocked the shot, he gets hurt. He does end up coming back in this game, but it's unfortunate because the player gets hurt. You never want to see it. But the Yotes will score in this one. 3 times in 1 period, the Yotes will score. First goal goes to the Coyotes. Schmaltz has the puck. He passes it to Jersey. He passes it across to Moser. Moser rips it home. 1-0. New Jersey goes on the penalty kill later. Keller's got the puck. He passes it to Schmaltz. It hits his skate. He doesn't hit the stick. It hits the skate. Schmaltz feels it and just whips around, slinging the puck across to Gether, who puts it into the back of the net. And that puts us up 2-0. Along with that assist from Keller, gave him 400 points, all in a Coyotes jersey. Which means that he and one other person are the only 2 Coyotes who have 400 recorded points with this organization. That other person is Shane Doan. And that's some good company to be in. Another one, Desimone tries to clear the puck on a break shot, break pass. Kraus stops it, drops the puck down, kicks it back. Cooley's there in the slot. He rips it home. 3-0. Just before we get into period 2, I just want to mention that Vejmelka, who is in this game, not Ingram, Vejmelka, played absolutely stellar. There were there were many different chances for the New Jersey Devils to score. Vejmelka stopped all of them. I almost said Ingram. That's sad. About the only notes other than, Vejmelka being amazing that I've got for the second period is New Jersey scores. That's unfortunate. It doesn't help that the Coyotes were hemmed in their zone for about 10 minutes. So the clearing out situation needs to be worked on just a bit. But we only gave up 1 in this game rather. So that's good. Get into the third period, and Brown and McDermott go at it. Brown loses. It's not good. It was very much a beatdown on Brown. But Keller will score his 401th point with the empty net goal. I will say there's 2 notes from the third period that I was really watching for that I've got. One being the changes, like the line changes, was kind of interesting. There was a time kind of later in the third period that the puck was passed up to the point. There's supposed to be a defenseman at the point, waiting to receive a puck so that he can mess around with it at the point. The defenseman that's supposed to be at the point was gone to the bench. So the puck slides out of the zone, everyone has to regroup, and there's a break for New Jersey that Vejmelka settles, but it's still terrifying. The other thing is, there were 2 different times that the rebound off of a shot from the Coyotes was right beside another Coyote. All he had to do was look down and put his stick down there and just flick it. But it doesn't happen because it's just, they're looking up. They're looking at the other player, so not looking for the puck. It squeaks out, the opportunity's gone. We won the game. I can't be too mad about it, but I can still kind of be a little bit miffed about it because maybe if we had that kind of training earlier and we don't have to start it now, we wouldn't have had that 14-game stretch and nothing. So that's the first game I watched. The second one, Edmonton and Colorado go at it in Edmonton. Now, the reason I covered this game is, one, because of my grandfather, I'm kind of like secondary. I'm an Oilers fan. I mean, that thing right there should tell you. But the reason behind everything is it's going to be left for a different video where I kind of explain my life and how I got to this in Alberta. That said, I covered the Oilers versus the Avalanche for that, as well as the fact that it looks like a very plausible Western Conference final. So jumping into the first, one thing I really have to note is Edmonton weaves a lot, especially when McDavid is on the ice. They are constantly going back and forth. The Coyotes have this idea of rushing and passing, either with stretch passes or lateral passes. They've got that kind of system going. McDavid and crew, they'll weave around each other to get certain. I think it's to try and confuse the other team. And with the Avalanche, who actually kind of has a similar system to us, in that they are a rush. They aren't a let's confuse the hell out of our opponent. They had the Oilers beat, kind of. Actually, they kind of had each other beat. The defenses for both sides were absolutely phenomenal. Skinner cannot be blamed for the loss. I should mention, game was 3-2 overtime Avalanche. I should probably have mentioned that, but Skinner's not to blame. First goal goes to Walker, and he was kind of left alone. CC tried to go back basically at the end. I believe it was Kulak who let Walker walk in. With what ended up happening, I saw a couple people going after Skinner. It wasn't Skinner's fault. There wasn't much he could do. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm kind of not going at I'm going at it in chronological order, but I'm not saying what period we're in. Right now we're on period 3. Hyman's curse continues. Granted, in this one, he scores a goal kicking the puck. Which, yeah, it was kicking the puck. It was a good kicking the puck motion. It was the right call to call that a no-goal. If the refs were consistent, which we all know that they're not, no one knows what a kick is, I think if you are skilled enough to kick the puck into the back of the net on skates, let it be. Let it be so. Let it happen. Because otherwise, we've got messes of people not knowing what a kick looks like. That was a kick. I will give them that. That was absolutely a kick. I shouldn't be complaining about this, but with the history of this game, I'm going to complain about this. Doesn't really matter, though. Bouchard shoots from the point. It hits Fogel's stick, bounces up and into the back of the net. Oilers will tie the game. Then another goal for the Oilers. Corey Perry loses a stick, kicks the puck, this time a proper illegal kicking motion, kicks the puck to a teammate that's at the point, who shoots it, there's a rebound available, and Carrick finds it and stuffs it home. But then Walker gets another one, walking in. He gets a pass from an Av that was going around the back of the net. He passes it across the crease. Walker's walking in, puts it into the back of the net, and we're tied again. And then we get into basically the last 5 minutes of the game where the refs threw their whistles to the crowd because there was trip after trip against the Oilers. There were a couple shoves and things that happened against the Avs, but there was a lot of stuff that happened against the Oilers. Hyman got dumped upside down. And the broadcast, which is the Oilers broadcast, I get the homers in this one. The broadcast said that you have to do a lot more to get a call, which, kind of makes sense. But again, you want consistency. But also, does that mean that for the rest of this game, you're allowed to just pick someone up and just slam them down? I almost hit my head with the desk. Regardless, we go into overtime, and the entire overtime was insanity. McDavid trying to do McDavid-y things and getting shut down because the league has figured out how to shut down the McDavid-y things. Draisaitl had a couple good chances. The Avs had a couple good chances. Well, the Avs ends up scoring with .05 seconds left in the game. McKinnon receives a pass as he's going towards the net. And he kind of misses on the receive. And he's stuck in the corner. He passes it to a rushing Lehkonen. And Lehkonen will put it home. .05 seconds in the game. And that's how it ends. So, that basically tells everyone what my opinion is as to whether or not this goes to a series. If this goes to a series, 7 games, easily. Half of them probably being in overtime. I believe even the broadcast was saying last year, the 3 games that the Avs played against the Oilers, all 3 of them went to overtime. First 2 going in Avalanche's favor, the other one going into Edmonton's favor. So for all that being said, I don't have an accurate prediction for this one. It could go either way, but because I'm kind of also an Oilers fan by proxy because of family, yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Oilers on this one. And I just jinxed them. I'm not even getting out of the first round now. I know how my luck goes. I cheered for the Sharks after they took out Vegas in 2019. So bringing it back to the Coyotes, the systems between Arizona and Edmonton are drastically different. I just want to point that out. And it's not like Arizona needs other guys. I think And this is going to be very controversial to people who are from Arizona, who are Arizona Coyotes fans. Bear, unfortunately, has to go. Because his system, the way he's running things, it's not as advanced as what it could be. We've seen the weave that Schmaltz and Keller can do. We've seen now what the rookies look like together. They're developing very well. But I think the system has gotten to a point where it's readable. I don't think Bear's doing a bad job at all, but I think it's getting to a point where people can predict, other teams can predict what we're going to do, and it's shutting us down. That's what happened with Edmonton, too. They started the season horribly. They get rid of Woodcroft. They bring in, how do you say his name? Noblo? That guy. Handsome guy behind the bench of the Oilers bench. They bring him in, and immediately the Oilers take off. It's a change in the system. And I think that's what the Coyotes need. But we don't play for 3 days now, and the next time we play it's in Dallas. Or it's against Dallas, one of the two, whichever it ends up being. So for the next 3 days, I'm off. Woo! Let's go! So in the meantime, stay howling and go Yotes! Thank you so much for watching. Go Oilers as well, I suppose. If you liked what you saw, you can hit the like button. Stop it. If you didn't like what you saw, you can hit the dislike button. But I'm, it just means I know that it's the Avs fans and the New Jersey Devils fans coming in and sabotaging my videos. Thank you, by the way, actually. If you want to see more of this, you can hit the subscribe button, make that turn gray. Share it with your friends because everyone needs a yelly hockey fan in their life. Leafs fans got Steve. Everyone else can have me because these guys. I know there's roasts out there. I know there's a lot of people who want to roast these guys. Hey, hello, you can do it here. And that's it for this one, and I'll see you Wednesday.